Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you live Monday evenings at 7 p.m. I hope everyone had a great evening, or a great day, and a great weekend. I sure did. Mine was very busy, and my day was busy. Oh my goodness, and my weekend was so busy, I almost didn't have a chance to get a card together. I was like scrambling. So I had a great weekend. I had my card class on Saturday, and that was wonderful. Then Saturday evening, I had the best night ever. I got to actually spend one-on-one time with my daughter. Amazing. So I bought tickets to a Christian concert, and it was Hits Deep Tour. And it was so amazing. And I've enjoyed my favorite, I think one of my favorites is Toby Mac. So he was the headliner. He puts on this Hits Deep tour, and he comes occasionally to Arizona. So I said, the next time he comes to Arizona, I want to see him no matter what. So I had heard December-ish that the Hits Deep tour was coming. So I had asked Jessica, okay, so in January I'd asked her, I said, all right, so this date, are you doing anything? And she said, no. I said, all right, put it on your calendar. I want to go see this concert. So put it down, mark it down, not doing anything. I'm going to take you. I'm going to pay for it. We're going to go. And when she was younger, when she was a teenager, her and I used to go to Christian concerts all the time, and we had so much fun. It was just a blast. We had a great time. We went to dinner. We went to the concert. It was amazing. There was like 4 or 5 bands, and then Toby Mac came on, and oh my goodness, it was amazing. So that was just an amazing time. And then Sunday, I ran over and picked up Haley from a cookie booth, took her to dance, went to the dance meeting for Disney, took her back to the cookie booth, came home, worked a little bit on the card, then went to dinner with my husband, came home, and oh my goodness, I mean, it was a whirlwind. So then today I worked on the card that we're going to do for tonight. I mean, and it was silly. It was crazy. Oh my gosh, it was just such a crazy whirlwind day. Well, and I had to pick up the kids today. So normally I don't pick up the grandkids on Monday, but my daughter had to do detention at her school. She had detention duty for the kids. And so I actually ended up picking up the kids, and I don't normally on Monday, so I usually have all day to work on my card and do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I went around to kids and that whole thing. Came home, cooked dinner, and grabbed a bite to eat, and oh my gosh. So yeah, it was quite the whirlwind of a day. So yeah, and weekend, I just was like run. But it was super fun, and it was definitely well worth it. I really had a good time. So in thinking about the kind of card and what card I wanted to do, this is the last kind of weekend to do a Valentine card. And I know we've been doing Valentines for like forever, but this was the last weekend I'm going to do a Valentine card, because next Monday I won't be with you. I will be in Disneyland, or actually coming home from Disneyland, because my granddaughter dances next Saturday at Disneyland, which will be so super exciting. So I won't be here next Monday. So I figured this was the last weekend to do one last Valentine card. So I kind of, the stamps that I wanted to use is in the main catalog, but I just couldn't make it happen. So I kind of hodgepodged this one. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of all different kinds of things, and you'll see. So this is the card that I came up with, and I kind of just did all kinds of things. Okay, so this is not moving over. I'm so sorry. There we go. So this is the card that I came up with. Whoops, there we go. And I used the DSP, which is this paper that's still You can get it at Celebration, in a Celebration catalog. So we still have the mini catalog going on. It's going through April, so you still have that. Celebration ends at the end of this month, so we have just a few more weeks until this is gone. So, no, they say it's not going to be raining at Disney. So they say that's just going to be, the forecast right now says that it's going to be just cloudy Friday, but no rain. So we're hoping that right now that it's showing sunny. So we're hoping not. So Celebration goes to the end of this month. So that is nice. When you spend $50 or $100, you get free product. And the paper that I've been using, which I'm in love with, is this paper that's called Most Adored, and you get it free with a $50 purchase. And this is just this gorgeous paper. I just love it. So that's what I'm using. I'm using this paper again. So I haven't actually used this other side of this paper though. So this paper is this other side of this, and you get this shiny, really pretty, this hearts is this really shiny gold. So all of this paper has like gold on the other side, and I hadn't used that. So I thought I would try that. So I did white on white on this card. So we have a white base, and I have it opening the opposite way. Normally I have the card opening this way. So in order to open it this way, you need to cut it 4 1/4 by 11 and then score it at 5 1/2. And then this little piece is really cute. So this little piece is cut out of the Everyday Detail dies. They're so cute. And then these little hearts, these little baby hearts, they are cut out of the Adoring Heart dies. And then this heart, and this heart are cut out of the Build-A-Bee. So you just punch it. So, and then to make the banner, lots of people can cut banners. I cannot cut banners. So we have a banner punch right now at the moment. It's still in the main catalog, and it's called Banners Pick a Punch. And you can do two different kind of banners. So you can do it like this, and that's how I can do that. And then the Happy Valentine's Day. It is in the Be My Valentine, which is part of this Be Punch Builder set. And that's what I picked. And then you can write your sentiment on the inside. So then for the card that we're going to put together tonight, I cut everything out because it takes so long. I can't punch these very fast. So I actually built everything. So we're going to do it a little bit backwards. So I did do the white cardstock, cut it at the 11 by 4 1/4 and scored it at 5 1/2. And then I was thinking, I had, after I started this whole process, I'm like, oh my goodness. So you could do the white, red, and then white. I mean, you could just do so many different, variables. But I also embossed both pieces. So this piece right here is embossed with our embossing folder, and that's embossed with the one that has the 3, it's called the Basics 3D embossing folder. And I just did the like the crisscross. So I did that. So I embossed that just to also give it some more like oomph to it. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to use still the white base, but this time I decided to use, oops, they stuck on here, a red. I'm going to contrast it. So I'm going to use a red background. So we're going to put a red background on this. So we can go ahead and glue the red background on here. And I didn't do the sparkles. I picked a different DSP. So I picked one of the ones that's all pink. hearts on it. So you can give these cards to your sister or, you know, I mean, you could give it to your husband, I suppose. I don't know that he would really, because it's more feminine, but maybe not. I mean, he might like it. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to give one to my daughter and maybe even my granddaughter. So, because she will love these. So there we go. So this time I still picked this one. So you need 3 strips of the DSP, and I did this I cut the longest one at 5 inches by 1 inch, and I did all of them by 1 inch. And then I used the little banner, and then you put this in here, and you go all the way in, and you pick it all the way, and then you punch it. Oops, I didn't show you. So you go all the way in, and then you punch it, and it makes that little banner-like thing. So the first one, I'm going to just lay it on here. And then the second one, oh, I guess I did pick it. I thought that I did not. Okay, so I guess I did. I lied. So I did use, oh, I know what I did, is I didn't use the red heart one because I didn't want red on red. So yes, I did use so the second one is 4 3/8. So this one is 4 3/8 by 1 inch. And then this one, that's what I did. The last one is 4 inches by 1 inch. So I'm going to just kind of lay these on here just to kind of give me an idea again of where I want to lay them and where I want to put them. And, you know, I just overlap them just a little bit basically, so you can still see them. And then this time I cut out a white circle, and I didn't, when I cut them out, I cut it out. It didn't poke out all these little tiny little, there we go. And then I think I'm going to put that, so yeah, so then down here, so what you could do, since it's stamped with red, we don't have white, you could emboss on there, but I'm not going to emboss on there. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to stamp on white cardstock, and then I'm going to put it on there. So, all right, so this looks about right. So I'm going to glue these on. And I did it so you can go all the way to the top. Turn this one over. Oops. And then this one, I love this pink hearts on there too. So really like that paper as well. This paper is so beautiful. I've used it quite a bit. That gives it a nice layered look. Okay, so then I actually am going to go with, I cut out red hearts. So I'm glued the red hearts on to my circle. And then I put a little white one on my circle instead of a red one. So I took my take your pick tool. Sorry, I couldn't get that out there. Hi, Darlene. Thanks for joining. How nice. How are you doing? I took my take your pick tool and then I picked it up so that I could put some glue on the other end. And then I'm going to put some glue on here so you can see what I'm doing. Put just a smidgen of glue and then, oh, I don't want that. Actually, I'm going to put it up here because my white ones are going to go on my card. But I want my red ones to go on here. Sorry. So I want my red ones to go on my white piece. And I did it backwards. And stick that on there. Pick this up here. There we go. And then, of course, in fine fashion, I use my dimensionals because I love dimensionals. So you have to be kind of careful. Since these all have little holes here, you don't want to put them too close to the edge or you'll see them. I still want to put them on there. Alrighty. These on. All right. And we can put this on. One of those little ones I didn't poke out somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. There we go. Still didn't poke out. Where are you? All right. Put that on there. And then I'm going to put another part over here. And just a teeny bit of glue on here, just enough to stick it on there. There we go. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment on a piece of extra cardstock. Yes, you spy Disney nails. I am going to Disneyland next Thursday, darling. And so I had my nail tech do Disney nails. And so Minnie is on one and Mickey is on the other. So my granddaughter is dancing and actually she's dancing in they don't get to dance actually in Disneyland, but they get to dance in California Adventure. So it's super exciting. We're very, very excited that she gets to actually dance over there. So, and then, we're going to Disneyland Friday, California Adventure on Saturday, and then Sunday is her birthday. She will turn 10, and so we will be in Disneyland for her birthday, and she is beside herself that she's going to be in Disneyland for her birthday. So super exciting, yes, and it'll be super fun for her. So yeah, she is very, very excited. So now I'm going to take the Happy Valentine's Day. Since I couldn't stamp it on the card itself this time, I'm going to stamp it just on a white piece of paper. And then I'm going to cut out a little bit of it. And then I'm going to put it on. I'm going to actually, of course, put dimensionals on it because, you know, I like dimensionals. But I just couldn't find the circle. I didn't want to put another circle on there because I didn't want to take away from this part of it. So I'm going to just kind of cut around it I'm not gonna do like a whole bunch of fussy cut. I'm not gonna like cut it out all the way. I'm gonna just cut just a little bit around it. I mean, I'm not gonna make it like super like cut around. Like when you fussy cut, usually you like detail cut it. I'm not gonna do that. So I'll show you. Hopefully this was what I had in my head. I haven't tried it, so hopefully this is what it'll turn out. Oh yeah, okay. And then we'll put some dimensionals on it and pop it up like this little white. I had thought that it might need some bling, but I don't think so because it already has so much on it. I thought simplicity also was very nice, so I didn't really want to add anything. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so see how I'm going to do this at an angle. I like it at an angle. So there we go. So this is the one that I made earlier. I need to move this thing because this is like in your guys' way. So this is the one I made earlier, and then this is the one that I just made. So see how I just kind of sort of cut around that? I didn't really like fussy cut it, you know, like all the way. I just cut a little bit. I know, huh? No better place to spend her birthday. You know, she's like, can't wait. Super can't wait. She was counting the days today. I picked her up from school and had to like run the kids all around. And she says, okay, Mimi, I only have like 1.5 days. And the fun thing is Thursday when we leave, she has a half a day of school. She has an outing at school, so she only has to be there for 2.5 hours, and then actually we get to leave early. So she's even more excited. She's like, we only have 2.5 more days of school, Mimi. So she's hilarious. So yeah, she's just been talking about it nonstop, which is fun. So I just thought something different. So I'm glad that you like them both ways. I just thought, red might pop a little bit more, but white even does look kind of good too. So just a little bit different. So you could give them to just about anybody, I think, but I just thought I'd make one more Valentine's card just before we kind of be done with Valentine's. Well, in making Valentine's cards, I should say, because I won't be here next week, but So if you should need anything, let me know before I go away. And then I will be back the following Monday and with another live. But in the meantime, everybody have a great rest of your week. And then have a great weekend. I will be having fun. Hopefully it will not be raining. The forecast doesn't show rain. But of course, rain or shine, you can be in Disneyland. We have been in Disneyland when it's been raining. We are taking our umbrellas, our ponchos, and we are going, whether it's rain or shine. So we don't care because we are going either way. So we will be having fun either way, that's for sure. So if you need anything, please let me know. And then otherwise, I'll be back the following Monday with my live. And then if you need anything else, just let me know. But nice to see you, Darlene. I'm so glad you joined. You have a great night, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.